Welcome back to the Kim podcast. Here, your hosts are Maddie and Kinsley.
Today's topics, we are going to be recapping the World Series. We're going to be talking about the Chiefs, the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, a fight, and yeah.
So, World Series Game 1 at the Yankees
Dodgers.
What did you think about Freddie's home run?
I think it meant a lot to him. He did an interview before the game saying how he almost lost his dad at 12, he's almost parentless. But it meant a lot to him because his dad was sitting front row and he went over after he hit the grand slam, went to his face, yelled at him, which I think is really cool. And who hits a grand slam in the World Series to win?
Yeah.
You know, and then he went on after that to do a home run every game, but game 5, I think.
Yeah, I feel every player has the motivation for a grand slam, but I feel this really meant something to him. You know, he had something to his dad was there. You know, I feel he definitely had some motivation, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I also think Matt Watson because he didn't play in the NLDAL or NL, whatever the game before the World Series. Because he broke his ankle or sprained it or something. So I think it also meant a lot to him. You know, I'm here, I'm a valuable player, And then he ended up going on to win MVP of the World Series. Yeah. Which honestly thought Shohei was going to did nothing in the World Series. Nothing.
In my opinion, I think Shohei's kind of overrated, you know? I feel he's I don't know. I feel everyone talks about him, but I don't feel he's that big of a deal. If we're being honest.
Yeah. I think he's only a valuable player, who hits 50 home runs, 50 bases.
But you know.
And also, but there's a lot of people that go from a pitcher to a position player or a position player to pitch. Lucas Ursay for the Royals did it. Michael Lorenzo for the Royals. He was a position player. He's now a really great pitcher. So I don't think there's not much hype about him. And same with Aaron Judge. He sucked during the entire World Series. Did nothing. The team definitely carried him. But I don't know. I think some guys collapse under pressure, personally. I know I do. I fall under pressure, but, and Jay Molina stars under pressure, too. I think some guys, it just gets to them. I think it for sure got to Bobby.
Yeah.
Alright, game 2, LA won. Freddie homered, and Shohei Ohtani got hurt in the 7th inning trying to steal his
I was kind of nervous for him, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, he's probably one of the faces of the MLB.
Yeah,
for him to get hurt doing during a stolen base, which he's done 60 of them. Max, maybe he's down. When he's done 60 stolen bases, of course he gets hurt in the World Series.
Oh right. The chances of that happening, of the one stolen base, I feel you steal.
He's stolen so many, you should know how to slide.
Hundreds of stolen bases in his career, and the one time he just hits his shoulder or whatever, pops out of place, it happened to be in the World Series. It's just that's any baseball player's dream is to go to the World Series and have that happen. That's fitting.
He did nothing. I don't think he had a postseason home run.
Yeah.
Or at least in the World Series, he had a World Series home run. I don't think what else happened in that game.
I know. I feel that was the.
Alright, we have game 3 of the World Series.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting happened.
I don't know. I mean, 11-4.
No, that was game 4. This is LA 1 in LA. The only exciting thing happened. Freddie Freeman had a 2-run home run, and
that was big.
And then Alex Verdugo had a 2-run home run.
I think that was it. There's not really any crazy highlights.
Led the series then with 3-0.
Yeah.
And then we got game 4, where the Yankees went 11-4.
That was crazy. The one pitcher that hadn't pitched in the World Series ever closed. Yeah. Wasn't it 3 outs straight?
Yeah, and I think also when you're up by not 10 points. Up by 7 points. My math is not my thing. You don't really want your strongest pitcher going in.
Yeah.
I feel when it's tied by 1 run, maybe.
Right.
But when you're winning like that, what's the point? Send the guy in and say that he can pitch in the World Series,
Yeah.
Then we go to game 5. That was a doozy.
Oh my gosh. They snatched with the ball.
The first inning.
It
got crazy.
Wasn't the snatching the first inning? Yeah.
First inning.
Like, the ball was in the glove.
The ball is in Mookie Betts' glove. He's on
The
right
fan
field.
just absolutely just grabs it out of his glove.
Went up, caught it, the fan ripped it out of his hand. Like, oh my gosh.
Like, that's just aggressive. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, and he was, I think, banned from Yankee Stadium.
I think better, because, like, that's World Series.
Yeah, and, I mean, luckily, I think it counted as an out, because he obviously caught it. And even, I don't think, I mean, it wouldn't have been a home run. It would have been fan interference anyways, so it wouldn't have really mattered. But it's like, oh my gosh, like, what are you thinking?
Right, like, you paid probably thousands of dollars for those
Yankee,
tickets.
like, even, like, we were looking to go to Yankee Stadium, like, for funsies, when the Royals were there, and not nosebleeds, standing room only was $212.
So, like, for
That's
actual
not even
seats, it was, like, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, on
And
the
did it
first
ban
row.
for a game? First inning, too?
Like, oh my gosh,
Like,
all
I
that
can
money
see, like,
you have wasted.
I could see, like, 8th inning, like, the guy was probably, like, drunk or whatever, like, 8th
I'm
inning.
sure he was already drunk.
8th inning, like, probably drunk. Like, I could see 8th inning that would happen. But, like,
Yeah.
first inning,
I think-
like, really?
I know Yankee fans are like,
Thousands of dollars
some-
just thrown away.
Yankees fans are like Chiefs fans. They tailgate at 7:30 in the morning for a 7 p.m. game. And I'm sure him and his friend were already drunk, and we're just like, ooh, here comes the ball. And I think the fan, like, he got interviewed about it. Dude's famous now. He's like the absolute god.
They're mini celeb.
I know, and he's like, you gotta help the Yankees offense or defense when you can, because they aren't very good. Because, like, Juan said he plays right field. Dude misses balls, like, our defense could catch. Hunter Renfroe could catch now.
Yeah.
Who else plays right field? Pham, he catches. He's really good. Frazier plays right field sometimes, and Hampson is.
Yeah.
Those
Pham is just not my favorite person.
No, I read an article about him that he won't be on the team next year. He doesn't fit the vibe of the clubhouse. He's just like.
Didn't he, like, wasn't the Royals his third team that season?
Yeah, he went from the White Sox to the Cardinals to the Royals. Yeah, he went from the White Sox to the Cardinals to the Royals. So I think when you've been on 3 different teams, you don't have the right to go in there and be like, look at me.
Yeah.
No, you need to sit in the corner and see what you can do to help the team, because they've all been there a whole season when you've been on 3 different teams.
Yeah, they actually committed to their...
Yeah, like they're on the Royals, they're not the best team.
Yeah.
Way better than they were last year. They had
Right.
I think 150
Like,
more.
I think this is their, like, great, like, their best season
Comeback.
since 2015 with the World Series.
Yeah, I think 14, 15 amazing seasons went downhill after that, and I think they got Bobby Jean,
Yeah.
Fame Pasquantino.
Like, I feel like
They got-
even like the season before this with Nicky Lopez and stuff, like that was an okay season.
Still, but wasn't the best. Like,
Right.
something
right,
was missing.
Right. Yeah, like they
Pitching.
lost almost every game.
Pitching was missing. I think we have
Like
the best
after this year,
starting
they made lots of pitching changes,
Yeah.
which helped tremendously.
Yeah, we had the #1 pitching rotation
Yeah.
in the MLB. But we'll back to that. We'll go back to game 5. We have, so the Yankees were leading until it was 5-0 in the 5th inning, and LA made a huge comeback. They started off with, I think, Shohei Ohtani getting hit. Shocking. And then a bunch of errors were made by Garrett Cole and is it Rizzo or first baseman?
I think so.
So it was Teoscar Fernandez, I think, quote me on this, hit a ball and Rizzo went out to catch it and no one was covering first.
Yeah.
And so he got, and then Aaron Judge, would have been an out, didn't catch it, slid off his glove. And so they ended up racking up 5 runs, and then just carried
Aaron
on.
Judge isn't even that good. It's when he gets on base, then he steals bases, and then it's
Aaron Judge?
yeah.
Or not? Or we're from Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, I thought you said Aaron Judge. Oh my god.
Aaron Judge is the one that had the missed play. He's a great outfielder. Way better than Juan Soto. I'll tell you that right now.
Not better than MJ though.
Aaron's better than MJ. At all. MJ's the best. But, so, I mean, and the Royals, LA capitalized on that and ended up winning. That's they won the World Series 4-1. And then they went back to LA and had a huge parade. The Royals have also made some huge, some big moves this offseason by signing Michael Wacha a $31 million 3-year deal.
That was definitely a good choice.
I think
that will definitely help.
we have, I think our starting pitchers this year, Regans, Lugo, Waka,
Singer.
and good old Alec Marsh.
Why is he?
I really hope he signs a Vincent back. I think he was a really good player, and I haven't heard like anything about him. Like I think everyone thought he was a good player. He fit in with the team.
Right, and then he just like kind of led.
Yeah, he got hurt when
Yeah, and it just kind of like disappeared. I feel like.
I can't remember when he got hurt. What was it in Texas when Vinny and Ursay got hurt too? No, it was before that. I don't. It was when he went to first base. I don't remember when, but he was trying to cover first base, and he like did the switch or something, and he tore something. I think he's injured or something. Yeah. So I don't know. I like him as a player. They're really good pitcher.
Yeah. He seems like a nice, like a decent guy. Like.
He seems like I haven't heard like any articles like I have Tony fan where they're like he simply will not be on the team. He does not fit in. Like he slapped somebody over fantasy football. So I just think, and none of the Royals players like the articles I read.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like out of all the MLB teams, the Royals to me is just that like family-friendly team. Like you can take your family to Highview. Like,
yeah, and even when we sat in left field, didn't acknowledge us once. But Riley Green, dude, he earned an Instagram follow. Everything, like he was the nicest person, making sure that we got the baseball, making sure that saying hi to us every inning he came out. Tommy Farrell, he could give us his head nod. Yeah. And I don't even remember what inning.
It was
acknowledging us.
It wasn't even like a wave. It was just
but MJ obviously would have been like, oh my gosh,
MJ,
I'm a fan.
Yeah, like we had a sign that says I heart MJ.
We had jerseys.
Yeah, he would have like totally come up, signed. Maybe I'll sign it.
Probably not signed, but like throw us the ball.
Yeah.
And I can say I'm a ball runner, Jim, on that. Yeah. But next year, that's our goal. If MJ's on the team, which I believe he's going to be, because JJ Piccolo said that like we shouldn't be writing guys off because it's their third year in the majors. Yeah. So I think him and Michael Garcia will be on the team as well.
I mean, I would be very surprised if Michael wasn't on the team next year.
I feel like we can find a better third baseman.
I don't know. I feel like him and Bobby just kind of like fit together right there in that area, you know?
Yeah, I was like Paul DeYoung. Like I think he just kind of went away all of a sudden. Like so I'm like
he just like
bye.
It was like really not secretive, but like it was very like
he played one game and didn't play. He didn't play it all during the postseason, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think personally he's a way better bat than Mike Howe.
Oh,
he had like 25 home runs, and I think he's overall. I think Mike Howell's a great glove. His bat could use some help.
Yeah.
And I think all he does in his free time, he is in Venezuela and he live streams all day. That's what I've seen from Instagram stories. So we saw MJ on his Instagram story out there batting.
Yeah, out there practicing
and
to become a better player.
Other stories I've seen other stories of him batting practice, workout.
Like you don't become a better player unless you put the work in.
Put that work in, which he does. I think a lot of them do.
Yeah.
Yes. He's doing some traveling soon because Bobby is getting married and he is a groomsman. Because did you see the video of where Bobby sent out his wedding invitation to the groom?
Instagram?
It was not on Instagram. Actually, it was, and it was a baseball card, and it was a picture of him, like a picture he picked out for everybody. Vinny's on it. Vinny's a groomsman, and Isabel's a groomsman. And they're pictures of them like from something they've done, and like shows their friendship. And he wrote them all like a letter, asking them to be groomsmen.
That's so nice.
He's like, I couldn't think of a better way to ask you to be by my side on my big day. Like, so some more, so be with her.
It's so cute.
I know.
So,
I think that was like
Bobby's just such a nice guy.
Such a nice guy.
Like what?
Yeah, and his wife seems really nice too. Maggie seems really nice to me. I don't know. A good fit's Casey. Everybody loves Bobby. Bobby and Patrick Mahomes, face of Kansas City. Face of Kansas City.
Like, it's like when someone says Kansas City, like your mind just automatically goes to Chiefs.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. Is that Chiefs?
I don't know about Taylor Swift yet.
It was last year, for sure.
It was last year, yeah. Last season was definitely.
I don't think they show Taylor Swift as much. Like, it's kind of like if Travis
gets
a touchdown.
It's like if he gets a touchdown, they show her for like
a second.
2 seconds, and then she's gone. And then they don't show her the rest of the game.
Yeah. I think Kansas City definitely before, like, the Chiefs were good. When they won, 2019.
Like, if you think about it, some people only watch the game to see her.
True. A lot of, like, women, not men.
Yeah.
Some.
So like I feel like in a way they kind of have to show her if they want to get viewings.
Yeah.
Like if they want to have more views, they have to show her. So.
Yeah, I agree.
But then like if they show her too much, then people.
Then people get mad. So, but I think I feel like before, like the Chiefs were good. Like no one knew like Kansas City. They're like, yeah, whatever, you know. But now it's like Kansas City. I want to go there. I want to experience that.
I want to watch the Chiefs game. Like even if you're not a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, you want to like that's like a game you want to watch on Sunday. You know, it's kind of like the Commanders right now. Like they suck. Actually, won like 3 games, I think. They made a huge comeback, and now they're like 7-3. They lost Thursday night. But like that's, I feel like, and everyone wants to come to Arrowhead to experience that like Kansas City Arrowhead feel. Everyone's coming to get Kansas City barbecue, Kansas City, you know, experience Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift loves it. Why doesn't everybody else love it with her? Yeah. I feel like definitely the Royals are being better now.
Yeah.
That people want to experience often. I also feel like Taylor has brought a lot to the city though. Just like she brought a lot of small businesses. Small businesses have capitalized on her and Travis making sweatshirts. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like genuinely like the entire country is shipping them and stuff. Like I feel like they're just like I feel like the Taylor and Travis is a brand itself.
For sure, Travis, Swelsey, whole
if
thing.
we're being honest, like the Taylor and Travis just like have their own brand of like everything.
Yeah, they have their own sweatshirts,
like, bracelets,
hats, friendship bracelets, signs, everything.
Yeah, posters, like everything.
Songs, they have their own song style.
Like I don't know.
It's become this huge thing, which honestly,
it's become a huge thing. But like I don't know if she's brought a ton to like.
I think she's brought money to people like like the
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, ads, I think. But I mean, there's more. The Chiefs has definitely brought a lot of money to small businesses because they make all the people sweatshirts that everybody wants to wear and stuff. And I lost my train of thought. But I definitely feel like she has brought something to it.
Yeah.
And more people want to go to Chiefs games to see Taylor. And like, I think since their relationship is so public, then her my mom has met Taylor several times. And she says she's such a normal person. And so I think that has to stop being, you want to be this normal person, but you're also the music industry at this point.
Right.
You're selling out shows every single night, and people are watching it on their phones. Like, you don't get to be normal. That's not normal, you know? And so I think it's hard for her when the paparazzi is following Taylor and around everywhere. And Travis never had that either. Like, Travis has never experienced being in that. Like, he's been NFL famous for years.
Right.
That's different than pop culture famous.
Yeah.
Than dating, you know, going everywhere you go. It's,
like, even just seeing stuff on Instagram about, like, seeing, like, pictures from, like, 50 yards away of them, like, at that when they went to the zoo together. Like,
yeah, like, let them live their life. Let them go to the zoo together. And you not
like pictures from like
pictures.
You could tell it was literally a football field away.
Yeah, like it was a drone. It was a drone. That is awful.
Like that's just so. Like this is kind of scary to be honest. Like
literally,
you basically
have security of them everywhere. Cause you know, like, and
stalkers basically like people following you around, taking pictures of you and posting them online. Like that's.
And I'm trying to think of another incident that happened. I'm just
when they went to the Caribbean.
Oh, went to the Bahamas. There are pictures of them just like laying out on the beach or in the ocean. Like, dude, leave them alone. Like, no one wants to see.
They're trying to have some romance. Like
no one wants to see Taylor and Travis at the beach. Maybe the crazy Swifties. And also, before the NFL season started, it was Brittany Patrick, Jason Kelsey, Kylie Kelsey, and Blake Lively, Gigi Hadid, a bunch of famous people at her roadhouse. Yeah. At her Rhode Island house. And then a huge party, and paparazzi was everywhere, zooming into their windows.
Like that's just like creepy. Like people like show up at your house.
I mean,
like, we have a window open right now. Like someone waiting outside taking pictures of you. Like that's like.
I mean, at that point, I would have all the blinds drawn. At that point, my blinds all be shut. I would stay inside.
I'd be scared. I'd be scared if someone's trying to break into my house, like trying to take a picture of me.
Patrick and Travis' house just got broken into this past week. which is insane.
I did hear about that. What happened? I only heard about it. I didn't know it. Like,
the Reddit articles I read, it sounded like it happened a while ago, but it's just now like being public. Because apparently it happened during
Taylor, like Travis's.
Taylor's house. Their house got broken into in Leawood, and then Patrick Mahomes' house got broken into. But it sounds like it was during Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago, and they had all been notified, and so they all stayed in like a hotel, like Taylor and Travis stayed in a hotel downtown, and then I don't know where Brittany and Patrick stayed, but none of them went to their house. And I think that's scary for Brittany and Patrick because they have little kids.
Yeah.
They have 2 little kids, and they are expecting.
Because Brittany doesn't go to all of the games. Sometimes
she does right now.
She
because
does.
She'll have a newborn in a couple months. She's pregnant.
Oh yeah, because she can't really stay home.
Yeah, so I think that's hard when you have 2 little kids, and you know, I mean,
especially like last season she didn't go to all the games. Like she was at home.
no, but that's definitely like terrifying. I would hate that if I was somehow famous and had little kids and people breaking in my house.
That'd be scary.
I mean, at that point, I'd have private security at my house 24/7 on like the gates, and I'm sure they live in a very nice neighborhood, gated neighborhood, both of them. You would just, gosh, what people like? I don't know. People just kind of like, how dumb you would be.
Right. Just breaking into a celebrity like Taylor Swift's house. That's just.
Yeah, Taylor had a stalker, and he's in prison now for like years.
What did he do?
Stalked her.
Like how?
Literally like following her cars. But he would change cars all the time, so you didn't know. And I mean, she eventually found out he was leaving things at her house.
At her house?
Yeah, because you can like get to her houses, but they're gated off and stuff.
So let's talk about the Chiefs game on Sunday. That was crazy.
I'm still honestly shocked that
I am too. Like I was like when I saw that they scored the touchdown, I was like, oh shoot, we lost. Like I walked away. I was like, oh shoot, we lost.
Yeah.
And then I got on FaceTime with my friend Molly, and we were just like talking during that happened. And then the biggest play like
the blocked field goal
like happened, and I just hear my dad and my brother yell, "Let's go!"
Literally.
It was crazy.
I mean, I'm a huge Chiefs fan. I don't think that the Chiefs should have won that. Their offense sucked. Defense sucked. We should have not won.
Did you see? Was it the one game that Patrick had the awkward step in with his leg, and he stepped like really hard on his left leg?
Monday Night Football? Was there the Buccaneers?
Maybe. I don't know, but
when he hurt his ankle again for like the 9th time.
Yeah,
that was Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
So.
But anyways, the defense, that was such a clutch play right there.
I know, but like our offense was terrible. Like I think Pat got sacked like 4 or 5 times, which is absurd.
Yeah.
But I also like
offensive defense needs some work.
I think our defense is really good.
Our offensive defense, like the
both need some help.
Yeah.
Butker's out. He got hurt.
What?
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. He got hurt. He got surgery a couple days ago.
When? What happened?
I have no idea. And then Pacheco's out, but I do believe that Kareem Hunt is a better player. He's a better runner, just better overall. Juju Smith-Schuster's out. Hollywood Brown's out. Like our receivers are gone. We do love D-Hop. DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
He's
definitely a good player. I think
really good.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what the Chiefs need. Obviously the Chiefs are already in playoff like contingency. They'll already be there. So our 3P is looking pretty good. I'm a little worried about Sunday's game, tomorrow's game against the Bills.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game because I feel like we struggled with
the Broncos, which are surprisingly good this year. We barely beat the Ravens, and they're 100 times better now. Yeah. That was the first game of the season.
And I think in the past we've also struggled with beating the Bills. You know, like just kind of that like.
I read like a thing yesterday. It was where the Bills are 3-0 against like during regular season, but then we're 3-0 against them postseason like playoffs. So like we win every time in playoffs. They always win.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Bengals, the Bills, and the Chiefs, like that used to be the teams to beat.
Right.
But now it's kind of like the Ravens. The Bengals aren't really good anymore.
No.
The Bills
and
I don't know. The Eagles aren't really good anymore. I mean, they're okay. Dallas used to be huge.
Yeah.
Terrible now.
I was really surprised that they weren't like
Commanders are ones to like. Those are the ones to beat right now too.
Yeah.
And I mean I think that's a huge turnaround for a team when you have one year playing.
Yeah. But now let's talk about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight last night. Yes. That was really bad.
First of all, Netflix, yes, suck. You barely worked. We had to watch it on my phone because they buffered the entire time.
I don't know why Jake Paul agreed to that fight. Either way, he was gonna get hit.
No, Mike Tyson should not agree to it.
Well, Jake Paul was gonna.
He was the one like, I want to fight him. I want to fight.
Right, but like he was gonna get hit on either way. If he because he won that fight, whether he won or lost. Like if he won that fight, he was gonna get hit on for being an old man.
He won.
But if he would have lost, it would have been like you would have been beaten by an old man. Like either way, he's going to get hated on.
Yeah, but I also like Mike Tyson. He's won like 50.
Yeah,
50
his time
games.
is done.
Yeah, he was done a while ago.
I don't know why.
It's like Tom Brady when he like was retired, was not retired,
and then
retired,
and then came back. Like it's just kind of one of those things where like he's just
when you're retired.
Second
Stay
round,
out.
like I just
like dude, he was done. Like Jake Paul could have knocked him out in the first round, but I truly think it was scripted.
Yeah, that was
like he could have boxed
especially
him
like,
out.
Like I've seen like some I've seen some articles and stuff about how like Mike Tyson's been training. Yeah, training for this. Like
he's also
intense training, but like intense training. Like you think this intense training that he's doing would at least get him through the second match, like or the second round.
Yeah.
Like I was really surprised that he was out the second round, but he's 58, so
yeah, his age definitely shot, and he's boxing a 27-year-old. So.
Right. Yeah.
But he's also only been doing it for 4 years. So
yeah.
You have a guy with 20, 30 years of experience, and a guy with 4 years.
I mean, did you see the part where Logan Paul slapped Mike?
That was Mike Tyson slapped Jake.
Oh.
Because he stepped on his toes during weigh-ins.
I thought Logan slapped Mike.
No, Mike slapped Jake during weigh-ins. And, like, he said it didn't hurt at all. I was like, he was really cocky the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think both of them could have been very better players.
Yeah.
Jake was way too cocky.
Have more sportsmanship, definitely.
Mike was, like, trying to give him a handshake, and Jake was like, no, I won. Like, woohoo, I won.
Yeah. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm not shaking.
Jake Paul will never, he will never be known as Mike Tyson. Like, even like, I knew who he was before I watched boxing. Did you watch the women's boxing?
I don't really follow boxing that much. Like,
okay, I neither do. This is the only boxing I ever watched. Her, like, the girl slipped, like, she got punched, and her eyelid, like, was all ripped and just, like, hanging down, and she continued to fight.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. I would cry and scream like a baby and have to go get stitches, but she did.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely, it's an intense sport. Our May's teacher was telling us how he thinks that boxing is, like, immortal. Like,
I don't believe it's immortal.
It's immoral, and that we shouldn't do it because this was his reasoning that it's your intention is to hurt the other person. Your intention is to hurt the other person until they give up. But then we got under the topic of wrestling, but wrestling,
boxing and wrestling,
in his eyes,
two different things.
Wrestling in his eyes isn't immoral because your intention isn't to hurt the other person. It is to pin them. It is to force them into submission, basically.
Yeah.
Until they give in to the pain.
But how you win on boxing is how many punches you actually.
Right.
How you win at boxing is just how many punches you thrown and landed. It's not trying to get the guy to the ground.
Right.
Because that didn't happen at all in last night's fight.
Yeah.
Did not happen. I think Paul was way too cocky. Jake was way too cocky. Yeah. I think Mike Tyson was just trying to be nice, like give a handshake,
Yeah, I don't know why
good
he
job.
Give a handshake.
He has some good sportsmanship.
This is like the biggest, basic one-on-one sportsmanship.
Like just be like a good sportsman.
Yeah, be a good person.
Yeah.
Like that was just so rude.
And I think Paul, like we grew up like in this unsportsmanlike conduct, but like it's just very toxic.
It's
the
very
world of
prideful.
Yes, the world of boxing. All sports, I truly think, are all very toxic.
Yeah, like
except for baseball. I think baseball is really.
I feel like it can, especially with like pro, I feel like it can get to some people's heads, thinking like I'm better than this
Yeah.
person. Since our sports is like with the Chiefs being, what are they, 7-0?
9.
9-0?
9-0.
Whatever, 9-0. Like, I feel like that might get to some players' head and be like, oh, I'm better than you. Vikings being 7-3.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, we're better.
We're the
definitely
only
better
team.
than you. We're the only team that's good.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that can definitely get to some players' heads that like I'm so much better than you. It's just like very prideful.
Yeah, I think he is extremely prideful, and I mean, but like Mike Tyson, he was known in the 80s, 90s, where you were always very sportsmanlike. You always gave the guy, you know,
Yeah.
and that was all.
Mhm.
You weren't rude or anything, but I don't think it's immoral.
Yeah. Well, I think that wraps up
Today's
this week's episode
We'll see
of
y'all.
the Kim podcast.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.